So we're here on this job today. The customer's complaining that the siphon isn't flushing anymore and they're having to double flush all the time to try and get it to work. So we're actually going to do a little bit of a cheeky repair on this today, just to save the customer a little bit of money. And here goes. So it's one of these siphons that can actually disconnect from the top and you can pull it straight out. It's a little bit difficult to get out, but as you can see, the plastic bit's split inside. So our little cheeky genius idea is we're going to cut a little bit of rubble bag just there to the same shape as the old one, placing it on top and cutting around it and doing our little repair. So we're going to cut the little holes that it needs to slot into. I always place the old one on top as well, as it gives a little bit of support and it works every single time. So as you can see, perfect, flushes every time. That job's done. But then they said that they actually had a leak coming from the back of it. So when I investigated it, I could see that the actual donut in between was letting by a little bit and it was dripping down. So at first I thought it might have been the pan connector, but then I looked further up and I could see that it's actually dripping through the retaining nuts and leaking through the back of it as well. So we whipped those off, whipped the cistern off just to take a look at the actual donut to see what kind of condition it was in, and to be honest with you, it's not that bad. Even the close couple kit, clamping kit, was in okay condition. It hadn't completely rusted all the way through. So again, to save him a little bit of money, I loosened the nut off and basically put some OB1 silicone behind it just to seal it back off, as it was leaking through the seal a little bit. So we've done the nut back up, cleaned off the donut and popped a little bit of silicone just around the actual toilet pan, just like so. Just so that the donut can actually make a nice seal. It's something I do all the time. I know a lot of other people don't do it, but I do, and it works for me every single time. I've also put a little isolation valve in there, as you could see, as it makes life a lot easier. So we're on to the next one now, and it's just changing over a TRV on a heated towel rail. So we drain down the system like so, and as always, take care of the customer's carpets. Put your shoe covers on, boys and girls. So as you can see, it's been leaking for a while. So now that the system's drained down, we're going to whip the old valve off and replace it with an identical one. So I'm going to prop this up for a little while and you can watch me do it, and I'll be quiet for a little bit. So the new one's on. Get it all nice and tight. getting a new head put on. Make sure that it turns properly, shuts on and off. Fill the system back up. Bleed the rads. And we'll see you on the next one.